What up, my boys? Welcome back to the FenCrazyThing 9. Now, before we get into the games, I'm just gonna get out a few administrative comments first. Because if you followed the last stream on Thursday, you will know that I learned quite a few things about what works for my stream, what doesn't work. The most important takeaway was definitely that I simply cannot use Capture Age to cast the games, mainly because my PC cannot handle it. It is too resource intensive, maybe too poorly optimized. My PC can't handle it, basically. So we're not going to be using Capture Age. We're not going to be having the in-game overlay, which is painful for sure. I'm going to be just spectating in-game itself, single player. And we are able to switch between players, as you're going to see, but we won't have the overlay with the stats, with the researches for every player. So I will have less information, which might be a problem. Might be not. We'll just see how it goes. It's definitely old school, but at least in the user patch, we did have an in-game overlay made by Scripter himself. It was simplistic, it wasn't pretty, but it gave you all the information basically as Capture Age gives you. We don't have that here. Maybe someone can make a mod like that in-game that would enable those kind of statistics on screen if you have cheats enabled or if you're just spectating. That would be a great mod idea to replace or to be an alternative to Capture Age. I'm not sure someone will do it. I'm pretty sure not enough people care about that. So we're gonna have to do without it. You'll also see that I have a scoreboard at the top of the screen, which is, if you know the theming of my tournaments, you'll see that is not FenCrazy themed, that's AISC themed. That is basically what I had in AISC. Well, it wasn't really worth it to make it specifically a new design for FenCrazyThing. It's a very small tournament. And maybe AISC will be returning. I think Bandit is kinda paving the way into making it possible with his own tournament. That's the next tournament up, which has a lot of maps, very high entry requirements, and I think it's kind of a waystone, maybe an extreme one, but it should enable me to do another season of AISC, the AI Scripters Championship, multi-map, multi-civ, draft camp tournament next year. That should be my flagship tournament for me personally, and it's gonna be amazing if it happens. But oh yeah, another thing, I'm drinking tonight. Cheers. Old Aleph is back. And now let's look at FCT9. The first match, if you saw it, Tribal vs. GameScott. Pretty one-sided. GameScott, definitely the weakest AI in this tournament, and it didn't really stand a chance there. But today, we are gonna have a much, much more exciting one. A really exciting one. Naga versus Brightspark. Now, these AIs of the 6 participants, they are seeded in 4th and 5th place, mostly because they are maybe the newest AIs. Brightspark especially is a new AI. It has never played in a FenCrazy tournament before. Naga is not exactly new. It is a branch of old Promi, so from an old AI, but since it split, because Promi was developing the default AI, but then he moved on and he wanted to have his own AI project, so he spun off Naga from that. And that is also a very strong AI. We've seen in recent tournaments that these two AIs are definitely some of the strongest we have in the game right now. They are very different, and I think this matchup and also the Illuminati versus Tribal matchup, both of these matchups have AIs that have very different playstyles and that might be very luck dependent with the map generation. So if we get an arena gen, for example, with stone walls, stuff like that, then Naga would have the advantage because it's more of a boomy late game macro AI, and Brightspark is more of an aggressive AI. And the same dynamic is going to play out in Illuminati versus Tribal once we see that match next week. That's also going to be maybe a bit luck dependent. That's always a factor in FenCrazy on this map because of how random the map is. there's always gonna be a bit of luck involved in the map generation, what we get. And really the trick for the AIs is to make the best out of everything. Anything that the map can throw at you. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, listening to my stream, to my last stream, I did notice the, just for my voice and the microphone, that the plosives, the P sounds were quite obnoxious, so I put on a pop filter on my microphone. It should be better now. It's not a good fit, it's an older one I had for a previous microphone, but it should do the work required. Alright, so let's hide the brackets and jump over to the game. The first game, as always, in this best of 3 between Brightspark and Naga will be a 1v1. Tiny map size, Brightspark, Naga. Both of them play random civ, all civs. I believe it's 50 civs in the game now. Both of these guys can play all 50 of them. So we're going random as the tournament demands. Cheats on, so I can use some spectating features. Record game, which I forgot to do last time. I will also be posting the recorded games on Discord after it's done. The settings should be correct. And, well, let's get going. First game, Naga versus Brightspark, 1v1. Oh, I just clicked reset for some reason. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Reset. Oh, start game is right here. You can see I'm not used to this. Record game on, team positions. Okay, I need to reset these settings. I clicked the wrong button there. It happens. Extreme, standard, normal, blah, blah, blah. Game speed, I put it on fast for the start. 2 times speed. I believe that's correct. I hope I'm not missing anything here. Alright, let's go. 1v1. Brightspark Slavs. Naga as the Turks. And what do we have? 3 villager, 1 TC start. Pretty standard. I'm gonna Marco Polo cheat to see the whole map. It will not affect the AIs whatsoever. We have boars with normal food. We have deers with normal food. Quite unusual. The map shape looks very much like a nomad. With fish on the outside. Also normal resource amounts. Wait. Is this even FenCrazy? What's the map? Or is it it's coastal. Fuck me, I forgot. It reset the map as well. I'm sorry. We gotta do it again. Yeah, AISC FenCrazy. This is the map we want. And we have Mayans versus Persians. And we have an arena start indeed. Maybe favoring Naga. 2 keeps in the back. What's it look like for Naga? As the Mayans, 1 tower more towards the front. These are fully upgraded keeps. But the stone walls are really what's important. They once again start with 3 villagers, 1 TC, so normal in that regard, but an arena start. And this is definitely FenCrazy. This is a FenCrazy. Regular stone walls. And as a scouting unit, they started with a samurai. Interesting. Could be very strong if it was an open map. You could maybe kill some villagers with that, but on arena you definitely cannot. And now look at the resource amounts. Sheep. Some of the sheep, 100 food. Some of them I saw 208, so a bit more on some of the sheep, not on all of them. Berries have a bit less, but there's a 9 patch for everyone. Okay, this is big. 30,000 stone per pile. That is... Like, what is that? That is... infinite castles? That could be a quite extreme game if we get to the stage of the game where they can build lots of castles. And it could drag out if that's the case. Definitely high stone is one of the more extreme things that can happen. Oh, it tried to lure a boar. Brightspark here tried to lure a boar, but it got stuck on the gate. It did not hold the gate open. It did not delete a wall piece either. And the same thing seems to be happening for Naga. So neither of them are able to lure the boar through the wall. Which, this is something classic that can happen on FenCrazy. It's not unusual. And it looks like neither of these AIs are prepared for it. So no advantage for anyone, but unfortunate for both. Maybe one of them will get lucky, but I doubt it. Yeah, it's just gonna kill the boar here, maybe. And Bradspark is also gonna kill the boar through the wall. Maybe they're gonna take it. It's pretty close to the mill. For Bradspark at least, not for Naga. I suspect Bradspark will take the boar there. Post or normal. The gold piles, well, they have 800 gold, but they are very big. It's only one, and the extra one has less. And there's also infinite, not infinite, but 30,000 gold piles on the map as well. There's some deer, they're not particularly great. And none of them are luring them right now. They could do with the samurai, but once again they would need to delete walls. Naga killed its boar outside of the gate. Not really taking it, only with the one villager. And the same for Bradspark actually, so they're not really taking advantage of the boars. What are we gonna see here? Persians and Mayans both have pretty good economy in the early game and get off to fast starts. But on an arena type game, I would prefer Naga just regardless of the civilization, because Naga is a much better late game and arena civilization. AI, sorry. Much better arena AI. Bradspark likes to be more aggressive, but it should be able to detect. Oh, it is luring a deer. It's just... I don't know how it did that. Oh, it did delete the wall piece in the end. And Naga's scouting samurai got in here. But TC and towers might actually kill it right now. Survives on 7 HP. What strategies are we gonna see here? Well, for Naga, probably a boom. If it's smart. With this kind of a start. Boom sounds very smart. Bradspark, going for a barracks already. From the villager count, it should be a fast castle. It can click up. Has this... Why isn't it clicking up? Oh, I'm on the wrong player. Oh, no. Bradspark already clicked up on 22 villagers. I was on the wrong player, see? This is spectating in-game. But up on 22 villagers, that is pretty fast for an AI. Fast castle, so it's not gonna be a fast castle. Look at the food amount. It won't have enough. So maybe it doesn't even know about the walls. It doesn't even know that it's arena. But you should be fast casting here. Maybe it's gonna try to go for a feudal strategy, not knowing what kind of map it's playing on. Maybe poor map detection there from Bradspark. Might be relying on the internal low diff to find things. That is a bad policy of detecting the map you're playing. You should really be checking for walls, something like that. There is a bit of water on the map as well, but it's not that impactful. You'd have to go out to the side to get it. Naga is going for a fast castle with 27 villagers for sure. Naga. Yeah. Mining camp has enough wood, has a lot on food. Yeah, it will definitely have a good fast castle. It also looks like Naga found a lot more sheep than Bradspark did here. Definitely an advantage. And it should drop no barracks, so it's gonna be market blacksmith for Naga. As you see, Bradspark went for the double archery range with archers. Is it doing anything with them? It has a few archers already, but for now, doesn't look like they're attacking. Did Bradspark scout Naga? Let me just... It scouted a piece of the wall, but no buildings, so it might not know where Naga is. It might not know enough about where Naga is to attack it, because just from the wall pieces, AIs might not take notice of them depending on the attack method they use. But the archers are moving out actually. They are moving out, and they seem to be going in this direction. Oh, and the gate is open. This boar, if this villager stays here, and the gate stays open, let's see what happens here. The archers are coming, it's quite a lot of them. No fletching yet. But no, the villager runs away. It's probably gonna die, but the gate is closed. So one village... No, it actually escapes through the gate. And the gate closes behind it. Brightspark is not getting in here. Yeah, so like you see, the feudal age rush from Brightspark. Wrong call for this kind of a map generation. Samurai is just standing still, standing to the tower. But these archers aren't going to do anything if they're not going to be breaking the walls, which they don't seem to be attempting. They're just out here, not knowing what to do. So Brightspark, I think it's a map detection issue. I really think it is. Bandit, if you're watching this, whatever method you're using to detect what map you're playing on, you're doing it wrong, bro. You're doing it wrong. Now, Naga. Castle Age. Maybe a bit slower than I expected. Just over 16 minutes. And Monastery. No extra TCs yet. It has a lot of... Why does it have so much stone? Why did it take so much stone, but stop taking it? No, it can't even make a castle. What was it going for? Naga, what is this? Why did you have so much stone collected? I'm not sure. Maybe it wanted to go for a castle drop, then decided to go against it? I'm not sure. Are these stone miners? They are. So maybe it still wants a castle. It's not making more TCs. That's a bad siege workshop. You're not getting that up, Naga. Monastery, maybe just for relics. There are relics on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. More than 5. And Brightspark even adding in scouts, so full feudal. That's a lot. It's not even close to getting up to Castle Age. So much military and feudal. If you can't find any damage here, then that's not gonna pay off. But at the same time, Naga is not taking advantage of its Castle Age whatsoever. I believe it stole the 100. So no, it's trying to make a TC here. It's trying to make a TC. The scouts from Brightspark found it, but they are not enough to deny it. And the archers are not moving. They're not going there. They're still getting stuck on the walls. So if if Naga gets this TC up, then it will start getting an advantage in economy. Siege Workshop, once again being attempted, this time inside the walls. This will go up. Get out a Magna or a Scorpion, and these archers... Oh, this TC... Nope, this is not gonna happen. Let's see if it finds a better spot. Let's see if it lets them in. No. Oh, that's this. It didn't even wait to get attacked, just straight up went back there. Oh, okay. It's getting stuck in a loop, trying to build the TC in the same spot over and over again. Which is a bug some AIs have. I'm not sure if you can call it a bug, it's just that's the spot it wants to build the TC. It just can't build it there, because there's army around. And it doesn't have a fallback to change its placement. And that's also one of the problems I notice in my own AI, Illuminati. This is how it sometimes loses a game. Stubbornly trying to build forward TCs that are never gonna work. And looks like it just gave up on it, didn't try to relocate, doesn't have the wood now. Building some buildings on the outside, back here. Houses. Don't know why. Llama camp. But if the archers don't get here, like this TC here was clutch from Naga, getting it up, and the archers from Brightspark not getting there. They are actually going around. As Brightspark has a very peculiar and I would say attack method with DOC controlling single units. It doesn't control archer groups like some AIs do. That's like human-like micro. It uses a single unit DOC, which is makes much more sense for AIs, I would say. It's a lot more effective as well in my own observations. So they can be in a lot of spaces at once. Every unit can be controlled individually. And from what I've seen is this very strong micro. And Naga has lost villagers. But of course, Brightspark is still in the feudal age. It's finally clicked up the castle. But Brightspark has been in feudal age this entire time. Naga was up to castle, was in castle age, had a second TC, but now a lot of its economy is idle and it does not really have a villager lead anymore. Only 4 villagers lead by now, and it still keeps losing villagers, it still keeps idling villagers. So maybe, in the end, Brightspark's feudal aggression paid off after all. How's the farming looking? 15 farms here for Naga. Brightspark, also 19 farms, even more. And Valentine Castle Age, I think it should probably go Knights. It has 2 stables now. And it is Persian, so Knights sounds good. Naga trying to defend with the Mangonel. One Monk, one Mangonel.
Shot it.
Red Spug is up the castle. And are we seeing... No, not more night production yet. Still low on food. No additional TCs either. Cav archers, actually. Cav archers from the Persians. That's an interesting choice. Persian Cav archers. Might work versus Monk Mangonel defense. Naga... Oh, Naga got a pikeman upgrade. Making pikemen. Definitely not good versus that many archers. No, that's the wrong choice, Naga. Maybe skirmishers is what you should do. But... Doesn't have buildings. Doesn't have military buildings. It should have a barracks somewhere. Must have. Oh, Bright Spot did actually go for the water. Very late. But 3 docks? 3 docks and fishing ships? Very late. Interesting. And the walls have been opened. But only one scout, one Cav archer got through. And Naga did eventually get up this TC in the front. Also very forward llama camp here. Bright Spog still on 1 TC from the look of it, but adding him a siege workshop. It still feels relatively even this game. Villager numbers, okay. Naga is now pulling quite far ahead with his 3 TCs in villager numbers. But it's still under pressure, still idling a lot here. But if this TC can hold, if he can defend here, with 2 Mangonels, it also keeps repairing the Mangonels. Oh! Pikemen getting hits against cavalry archers? Maybe not ideal. Monks getting conversions against cavalry archers. This game is swinging in the direction of Naga advantage. For sure. The Mangonels keep being repaired. Naga has been on 3 TCs for a while, up to 74 villagers. Bright Spog still on 56 with a single TC. So Bright Spog really wants to stay aggressive, but it's not really making the right choices to do so. Versus a Monk Mangonel defense and TCs. Just these disorganized Cav archers are not quite getting the job done. It's even lost the advantage on the military now. It cannot really push anymore. Even the pikemen from Naga, we've seen them get value. The Bright Spog's units keep running into the pikemen, keep getting converted. So the unit control from Bright Spog may be backfiring against this type of a defense at this stage. And Naga's economy keeps snowballing ahead. Sure, Bright Spog does have the fish here, but it was added very late. And it has a lot of docks. 5 docks. That is, I'd say, a massive overinvestment for this little water, especially because it doesn't have to fight for it. Only 5 fishing ships. It's not making more either. So 5 docks for 5 fishing ships. It's a lot of wasted wood. And including the fishing ships, it's on 61. Does this villager number include fishing ships or not? I'm not sure if it does. But either way, a lot less economy than Naga, which keeps pulling ahead. This TC is still constantly under attack, always a lot of idle time on the villagers, but the villager numbers keep rising with the 3 TCs. And there's a lot of unmolested economy, even a 4th TC from Naga, old school Promi, lots of TCs. And taking extra hunt out on the map as well. Why not? But it's not close to going up to Imperial Age, despite being over 30 minutes into the game. It keeps focusing on its boom, on its defense, keeps making pikemen, keeps upgrading the pikemen. It's a curious choice, because for quite a while now, Bright Spog has been on pure cavalry archers. So I'm not quite sure why the pikemen are the choice for Naga here. But it has been working, I guess. Now, did Naga collect any relics? It did indeed. 2 of them. Better than nothing. Bright Spog did try a push with rams. The Mangonel will be able to defend it. TC barely stays up, but it's not being repaired. So it could go down any minute now. But finally we see Bright Spog adding in more economy. Now a second town center at 34 minutes. It's very late. It's already very far behind in villager numbers. Promi, I keep saying Promi. It is Promi, but the AI is called Naga now. Naga is fully boomed. It's up to Imperial Age, and from here on out, I'm not sure what unit is gonna go for. I mean, it's Mayans. You would expect archers or eagle warriors. It hasn't done either of them. Maybe we'll see a proper strategy in Imperial Age. For now, it's still making just pikes, mangonels to defend, which has been working, but you're gonna have to swing the game now. Make some impactful military. Archers or eagle warriors, take your pick. It's mining a lot of stone again. It had a lot of stone in the bank still. Even getting the second stone mining upgrade. Maybe plumed archers, which is not a good unit, especially not against Persians, but maybe that's what it wants to do. Castles definitely would be good. And it just dropped the first castle. Quite out of the way. Brightsburg getting a 30C. But this castle, well, it doesn't really defend anything. It is on a hill at least. Should have been maybe more towards the middle, like somewhere here maybe, here. I guess it couldn't build it here, that's for sure, because Brightsburg's military is still looking around. Naga is now repairing the town center. But the castle is going up, okay, so now Naga is going for skirmishers and eagle warriors. Getting the, is that an elite eagle upgrade? No, that's the regular eagle upgrade, the castle edge one. So, skirmishers, yeah, skirmishers counter what Brightsburg has. It's finally an Imperial Age. Elite skirmisher. And also plumed archers. I don't like the plumed archers at all. I think this unit was way overnerfed. It's not good anymore. And especially against a unit like Savar, which has, what, 8 pierce armor versus 9 attack. It's just a terrible unit. But Brightsburg is still Castle Age. It's not going for Savar yet. It's still on Cavalry Archers and some of its own skirms. And Imperial skirms with Imperial upgrades from Naga should win any fight from now on, from here on out. It's also making eagles. Are these elite eagles? Not yet. Just eagles. Also a good choice. Doesn't have any Imperial upgrades for them yet. No +4 armor, no Eldorado, no elite eagle warrior. I think it will get them. Soon enough. It has a strong economy. Brightsburg also building a castle. Naga looks like it wants another castle. Building a castle with one villager. One villager. Naga, come on, no. Can't build that. One single villager. 2 villager. No, but it's just one villager trying to build this castle. What is that, Brightsburg? Why are you trying to build a castle with one villager? Just why? What is that? There's something... Is that a strategic number or is that a command? Like, how many villagers you assigned per building? But that's definitely an oversight, I would think, from Brightsburg. Oh, now Brightsburg is trying to make knights. It is now also finally getting up there to being fully boomed. Switching more to cavalry, knights and light cav. It's getting closer to picking up the Imperial, but for the time being still in Castle Age. Naga on the other hand. Elite plumed archer. This is not the unit you should be going for, especially from one castle, even from 2 castles. It's not the unit you want. Naga, this is not a unit you want. Skirmishers, fine. Eagle warriors, fine. Not this, not this. This is wrong. Once Brightsburg gets up to Imperial Age, which it's close to clicking actually, if it gets to Savar with +4, those are expensive upgrades, of course, Savar. Gonna take a while to get there, but if it survives until then, and Naga sticks to its suboptimal strategy of skirmishers and plumed archers, then Brightsburg has a chance of a comeback here, I would think. But Naga is finally making some trebuchets from both castles, pushing with the trebuchets from both sides. And that might spell disaster soon for Brightspark. It should have clicked up by now. Yes, it is on the way to Imperial Age. This TC gonna go down, then this one. And this trap keeps unpacking and packing, but it should really be killing the castle. Brightspark's still trying to build this castle with a single villager, bro. No. Oh, it's actually up. It's actually up, but it's not gonna do anything because it's under attack by Trebuchet. Naga has 2 castles here. And not making more trebuchets. 2 trebuchets, 3 trebuchets, only 1 on this side. It's not really enough to make a difference. I mean, as long as it's not being repaired, the castle will go down. Also with hill advantage. Persian War Elephant. Oh, Katsuni, look. It's a ballerina. Nah. What? Some weird choices here. These AIs seem to like their unique units when they really shouldn't. Brightspark, it is mastering up a lot of cavalry. They're not defending. I wonder if this is a bug. This could be a bug, this unit here. Just clumping up under the GC. It has quite a lot of military, over 50 of them. But they are all stuck in the GC, not moving out, not defending. And its economy is suffering for it. Its buildings are going down. It needs to use this military. Maybe it's trying to wait for Imperial upgrades, but that's still quite a ways away. You haven't even hit Imperial yet. The upgrades take more time after that. If you're just trying to mass your army before moving out, you may have waited too long. Is it getting upgrades? It's an Imperial Age. Where's the upgrades? As I don't see Cavalier, I don't see +4. I see a fucking, what is that? Masonry upgrade. Building upgrade. No, you need to upgrade your cavalry. You need Cavalier right now. You need +4 right now. You're not fighting. You're still refusing to fight. It keeps getting pushed by the plumed archers and the trebuchets. It's not putting up any defense. Now are they finally moving? Still not upgraded. It is Imperial Age. It has not clicked a single Imperial Age upgrade. It keeps researching fucking building upgrades. Building! You need to upgrade your units, Brightspark! Fucking hell. We see here why Brightspark is considered an aggressive AI and, unlike Naga, very much not a late game AI. Not a late game AI. As soon as it was on the way to Imperial, everything went downhill from there, I would say. Terrible choices. Not defending, not upgrading its units in Imperial Age. We have a militia in the queue, unupgraded. Militia in the queue. Unupgraded skirmishers in the queue as well. No elite skirmisher upgrade. No cavalier. Never mind Sovar upgrade. No +4. Yeah. Naga is a late game beast. BS isn't. BS might be the weakest late game AI in this tournament. I think that's true. Brightspark is also the newest AI in this tournament. But it is very, very actively being developed. The Scripter Bandit is extremely active. Constantly updating. It's also the only AI that has received a major update in the last weeks. Just this week, I believe, for this tournament specifically. But in the late game, it's still not good. Okay, interesting. Naga actually decided to take over the water. I completely missed that. Wasn't watching it at all. But for some reason, it went for the water. Imperial Age ships. Quite a lot of them, for which don't really achieve anything. It's just wasted population because there's nothing here. It was, what, 5 fishing ships. There's no fish anymore. So, don't really achieve much, but it's funny. And still here, Brightspark, down to 74 population. Never put up with defense in Imperial Age. It keeps dying. Plumed archers getting the job done because there's no resistance. They would have died hard to Sovar because they only do 1 damage to Sovar. But we didn't get to see it. Brightspark does not know what to do in the late game. Sadly enough. And that's game over. 65 pop, not resigned yet. Yeah, I mean, Naga's pop cap. 70 military, 130 villagers. Brightspark should have resigned by now, it has not. So very conservative resign rules. I hate it. It should have resigned by now. I'm just gonna speed it up. Let's see if it does resign. If it does not, then I'll have to call it manually. 30 population and dropping. Siege ram in, trebuchets. 20 population. There we go. Now it's resigning. Defeat is certain. Well played. Well played from Naga indeed. Proving that it is much better on arena style maps. It is much better in the late game. Brightspark has quite a lot to learn when it comes to late game. I think it could have won this game. If it had a good Imperial Age, if it got to Imperial Age, upgraded its cavalry, kept making cavalry, and it had a lot of them, it had like 60 of them. If it had used them after getting Cavalier and +4, it could have swung this game. I think it was possible. And from then on out, it could have won if it went for Savar. Because Savar hard counters Plumed Archers. Plumed Archers suck. Especially against Savar. So, not well played in the late game for Brightspark. Good attempt in the early game. Fuel Age, aggression. Didn't quite pay off on a walled map. I think that was once again a map detection issue. So, I need to update the scoreboard manually now. We have... Where's the score? Here. Come on. Come on, Streamlabs. It is 0-1. First game won by Naga. We will be moving on to the 4v... Actually, one thing, I'm gonna restart my game. You know why? Because I've noticed that the random map generator for DE is not very random. It keeps spamming, it keeps repeating map generations. Like sometimes you get the same map or almost the same map generation 2 or 3 times in a row. I've had that when testing, even on a map as random as FenCrazy. That's why I'm restarting the game, hoping it'll reset the seed. Even last stream we saw both of the games from the Tribal versus GameScott match were both land nomads start with 6 villagers. So, and a scout. So I'm restarting the game, hoping that it kind of randomizes the map generation more than normally it would. Because DE's random number generator does not seem to be very random, unfortunately. It takes a while for my game to start. Have I even clicked it? Oh, I've clicked it. So 4v4. Once again, it will depend a bit on the map generation, like we saw in the last one. If it's an arena start, then Naga has a decisive advantage. If it's on an open map, maybe Brightspark could with its aggression. But 4v4s, from my experience, are definitely more likely to get to the late game. Even if the flanks die, you could still turn it around as the better late game AI if your pockets are fully boomed. That's something I've seen a long time ago with some, 2017 Illuminati versus Tribal games, something like that. Where Illuminati's flanks die, but the pockets still win 2v4. It's been known to happen in AI games. So maybe 4v4 also favors Naga more than Brightspark. That being said, I have not seen Brightspark in any big team games, I don't think. So it will be quite interesting to know how it approaches the team games. Brightspark, that is. Now, we have 4 Brightsparks versus 4 Nagas. Team 1 versus Team 2. All on random civ. I'm gonna make the cold colors or odd numbers versus warm colors even numbers. Same way that the DE matchmaking does it for human players. Allow cheats, record game, large, extreme, FenCrazy, conquest. Looks good. Let's not click this button this time. Let's go to the 4v4. Ooh, Gojara's, Dravidians, Malay Poles. Brightspark civs are very idiosyncratic civs. Like especially Gojaras and Dravidians, maybe Poles, are civs that I'm not sure. This definitely take a lot of adaptation for my eyes to get used to. And we have a nomad start. Regular nomad start, for the looks of it. TC being built immediately, 3 villagers, and some kind of scouting unit. Regular scout. Oh, wow. What is this kind of fan crazy? So we have monasteries for a start, nomad start, and an absolute clusterfuck of a map generation with lots of water and shallows. It's like an archipelago with everything connected by shallows. So, or if one AI goes for heavy water here, that could really pay off because you can reach almost everything on land from the water. Okay, this is gonna be quite chaotic to keep track of. That's for sure. I'm gonna have to cycle through players and get a good view of where they even built their TCs. But just the scout is... They start with a scout. They start with a monastery. Maybe 2 monasteries? Let me check. 2 monasteries. Normal amount of stone. Relatively normal amounts of golds. Slightly bigger boars. What about the fish? Like, the fish is pretty prominent, but there's less food on the fish. Okay, interesting. Less food on the fish. There's not that many boars, so the fact that they have double the food amount shouldn't make much of a difference. They have berries. Very small patches with a bit more food. Once again, not gonna make a difference. Shorefish, also less food. But they are gonna take them probably. Now, everyone should have their TCs up. Let me check this player per player. This is gonna take a while. Blue. Over here. Green. Up on the right side of the map. This is a good TC position. Just not a lot of food around. So maybe green could struggle for food. But it is quite far removed from everyone else. And there's this TC in a decent spot close to wood and gold. Teal. In the middle of the map, close to blue and purple, which is an enemy from Brightsburg. Had 1 shorefish close to the TC. Also has wood right next to the TC. But it is right in the middle of the map. And finally, Grey from Brightsburg. Also more on the right side. Has a boar here. Has some deer here. So it has good access to food from the looks of it. I don't see it scout around, so it's not luring the deer, which it really should be doing to take advantage of that. But a decent spot for Grey. For the Nagas, we have red in the bottom of the map on its own little, if you want to call it an island. Does not have a lot of food, but it could go for water. If it builds a dock, it could be really good. Good TC placement on wood and gold. Very good. Taking a bit of shorefish, long range. Like definitely bad food access, but it could be remedied if it goes for docks and fishing ships. Yellow. Also on the bottom of the map, also on its own little island here. Also taking long-range shorefish with its villagers because there's no other food sources available for it. Yeah, really nothing. There's no deer, no boar, no sheep, nothing here. Not even any berries nearby. Like, berries are over here, but it's not gonna get there. Can't even build a mill on it. So, yeah. Very poor food access for yellow. Second to last, we have purple in the middle, close to teal and blue. And this Naga has already built a dock. Oh, we're seeing docking here. Now, this is definitely bad. I'm not sure. Can ships go over this little spot here? If they can, it might be good, but there's no deep fish around. It's just shorefish here. So this is going to be an inefficient dock. It had a little bit of food, but it's run out already. And then it has wood. And last but not least, we have orange in the very far left corner on the map. And it has not found any food sources whatsoever. It's not taking shorefish. Didn't have any other natural food sources. It's building a mill nowhere just because it needs farms. That's what this mill is being built for, just for farms. But it does also have a dock. So we're seeing Naga stocking. Taking advantage of the water. Are they making fishing ships? Let's go through the Nagas again. What's my hotkey for docks? I believe it's I. Red has a dock making fishing ships. Yellow does not have a dock. Purple has a dock making fishing ships. Taking this shorefish, I believe. We will see whether... oh, no. They can't cross over here. So they actually can take deep fish, but the deep fish are very far away. Look at this. This is like a screen length away. No, it's still taking shorefish. So yeah, very inefficient dock, but it does have a dock. It's making fishing ships. And orange also has a dock, I believe. I saw it here. And this is a really good dock. Fish right outside it. Like I said, these deep fish do have less food than normal, but there's quite a few of them. And fishing ships are a good idea on this map. Now, bright sparks. No dock. No dock. Oh, green. Green's building one. Later than the Nagas, but green is building one. None for teal. And none for gray either. So only green building a dock. Is it making fishing ships from it? Yes, it is. Okay, so fish are gonna be a big factor here. I wish I had an overlay, like a capture age type overlay here. Blue also building a dock, just so I could see how many fishing ships they have and villager numbers. Just cycling through it. Looks like one here's this player is red. This Naga is very far behind. With only 14 villagers. Okay, I guess fishing ships are not counted in... it has fishing ships, they're not counted in this number. So the fishing ships, it has fishing ships. So it has 19 economy. I guess it lost its god. Anyone up to feudal? Yes, 2 of the bright sparks are. That is blue is up to feudal. And grey. What are they gonna do? Do we have barracks? No. Bulwark from the poles, right, the poles. Pole's definitely not good here. You're not gonna fit a good bulwark. And I don't think it would know how to use the bulwark anyway. With the poles. So, maybe not a good civ for the AI. What are they doing? Do we have any barracks yet? You know, Bright Spot likes doing feudal aggression. They're making fishing ships as well, so maybe not enough wood. And we have a bit of villager fighting here. Purple losing a villager. Trying to build a house.
Huh.
Forward. These villagers were also on the move. Oh, okay. Bright Sparks villagers are aggressive.
Namaste.
Ganking up on these single Naga villagers. One here. Bunch went over here. We have 2 Bright Sparks in the feudal age, but no barracks. Oh! They're going for galleys! They're going for galleys. Grey is in feudal age. Does have 1 dock, but is still making fishing ships from it. Is it also gonna go for galleys? Yes, it is. Yes, it's also gonna go. So bright sparks. Oh, and so is teal. Also feudal age, also making galleys. So we have a full water approach from bright spark. That's not something we see very often. Very interesting. And I want to see how this plays out. Now, what's Naga doing? Is it also going for... no, they're all still in Dark Age, aren't they? Yes, they are. Orange is going to be the first Naga up. They are maybe going for a fast castle approach. Looks like it. They're going for a lot more villagers before clicking up. Like I said, I wish I could see how many fishing ships everyone has, but no luck on that without an overlay. Looks like... they do also have about 4 fishing ships, the Nagas at least. But Brightspark has the galleys. And like I said, this map, water play could actually be perfect for this map. Because almost all of the land is reachable by galleys. Like, look at how fractured this land generation is. Galleys can reach a lot, if not most of it. And we see that here. This galley is straight up harassing the TC and idling the villagers in the main economy of Red. Do we see same thing elsewhere? This galley is chilling. We've got one galley right here. It's found its way into the inlet of purple, also harassing the villagers on this TC. Are they making more galleys? Yes, they are still producing galleys. But it looks like from only 1 dock each, So yeah, all of the bright spots have, except teal. Teal did not have built any docks. Does teal have a barracks? It does not have a barracks, does not have docks. So I'm not sure what teal's doing. It has a blacksmith. It does not have a market. I'm not sure what teal's doing. Might be trying a fast castle, which is not a good one. But the other 3 bright sparks are all going for galleys. And the galleys are doing the work. They're getting damage in. They are being put to use here, harassing the economy. Pledging would be well advised. Maybe even a second dock to get more of them out. Looks like they're now adding green is now adding a stable. What about the other ones? Still nothing formed. Teal, Grey has a barracks and has 2 stables. So also going for stables now. The Polish one, and Blue also on 2 stables. So we had galleys first from the bright spots, then switching into scout. Whoa, 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 whoa. Camel scouts! Really? Camel scouts, bright spot. Interesting. Fire Galley. Oh, Naga actually going for the Fire Galleys. Okay, okay, maybe Naga is finally fighting back on water after reaching Fuel Age. 1 dock here, 1 Fire Galley from red. 3 docks from yellow. 3 docks from yellow. Galleys. Lots of galleys. So yellow might make a heavy play for water. With the Turks. And purple. Not doing anything on water from the looks of it. They're all getting real barrel relatively early, I noticed. Now, it did look like some of them wanted to go for a fast castle, but that's been aborted, except for Orange. Orange is the one going for a fast castle. For Naga. So, normally... Oh, it did actually make 2 fire galleys, still going for a castle age. 2 fire galleys, but they're not fighting. They're just idling here. Maybe they haven't seen anything. But they should react once they see the fishing ships here, for example. If they see it. For now, the galleys from Bradsburg still putting in work. Now let's remind ourselves where the players are from each team. The Nagas are more to the left side of the map. 2 on the bottom here with yellow and red. Orange on the far left and purple to the left of the center. Blue from Bradsburg and teal very close to purple here. Very much on the front line. And further to the east we have grey from Bradsburg and very far away is green. So green would be well advised to go for Castle Age, but it's not. It went scouts first, now it's going archers. So we see that a lot from tribal from Bradsburg, that they're switching up their unit choices quite often. Always going for scouts and then archers. Like first galleys, then scouts, then archers, and now even fire galleys. Which is a weird order of doing things. But they really like to have many different units in Feudal Age. And Camel Scouts actually raiding from blue. Purple here is very much exposed. It doesn't have a tower in the middle of its base, but it is so close to both teal and blue. But I think teal was the one that wasn't doing anything. It is... Oh, teal went to Castle Age. It went past Castle with the Dravidians. Does it have any... Okay. Archery ranges from teal, so it's going for crossbow. It's in Castle Age. It doesn't even have pledging. So, yeah, once again, upgrades, military upgrades, Bradsburg. You can work on that. Can definitely get better. True archery range, Castle Age, no pledging yet. No upgrades whatsoever. Still making fishing ships. Here we have docks all over the place. Bradsburg making both fire galleys and regular galleys. Like, what's the finisher? Like, why? I don't get it. Naga, we already saw, likes its spearmen. What's Orange doing? It isn't Castle Age. 2 TC. 1 stable, 1 archery range, 2 archery range. Oh, elephant archers! Bengali elephant archers. As an opening strategy. Okay, you're not gonna be able to afford this, Orange. But it is a good long-term strategy. Just early Castle Age, nah, you're not gonna afford it. You wanna be booming first. Who else is in Castle Age? No, that's the only ones. Only teal and orange on Castle Age yet. Are the others going up? Yes, the Nagas at least. 2 of the Nagas, red and yellow, are up the castle age. Lots of ships now. So some of the Nagas, I think it was yellow that had a lot of docks here. Yeah, so yellow is committing heavily to the water play. Lots of galleys. And yellow is also up to castle age, so it's probably... does already have fletching. It's very likely gonna go for the war galley upgrade. And that could be devastating here. Like, look at how exposed Teal's economy is right next to yellow stocks, for example. And here right now, they are harassing Teal and Grey. Like, I don't know if I'm sure. There's a lot of docks here. For some reason, Brightspark sometimes has these random militia unupgraded. Why is it making them? No idea. So yellow's about to hit castle age. Will we see the instant war galley upgrade? Yes, we do. Instant war galley and bot Gennaro. And it has quite a lot of galleys. So yellow could prove decisive here in this game. Orange has a few elephant archers. Big chunky archers moving... oh, no. It has quite a lot already. They have already moved forward. And versus fuel age units, they are gonna be near unkillable. So Naga looking good here, looking strong. Damn. Also fire galley upgrade with fire ships here. Fire ships and elephant archers. Orange doing a really good job here against these feudal age archers, which are not doing much. I mean, stop retreating. Where do I hear conversion? Who has the monks? I don't think it's the Brightsparks because they're not in castle age. Like, these elephant archers should do a lot of damage here. They should win this fight easily. They have all the castle age upgrades, +2/+2. Now yellow. Yellow's war galleys, I mean, they're a bit all over the place. Probably like default behavior on the ships. Doesn't have any DLC for them, which, let's be honest, which AI does have water DLC? But they've won the water fight in the bottom half of the map, for sure, with yellow's heavy water investment. Red, also here. Who else was there? Purple. Purple is the only Naga that is not yet in the castle age. Because it was on the front lines, it took a lot of damage. You see, it is very weak. 22 population, 21 villagers. So, purple is hamstrung, probably crippled for the rest of the game. But now that orange is pushing this back with its elephant archers, that might turn this around. Green is the one from Brightspark that was way out of the way. But it never boomed. It's on 1 TC. And it's going for what? What military are you making? None. Unupgraded fire galleys. The macro from Brightspark is quite underwhelming, if I'm being honest. Brightspark wins games by winning with initial aggression. If it doesn't do that, then its macro seems to be quite weak. Like, look at Green, for example. It's in castle age. It has 1 TC. It has 3 archery ranges, 2 stables, 1 dock. It's still making fishing ships from 1 dock. It's making unupgraded fire galleys from 1 dock. Not making any other military, not booming. Has a lot of food that it's not using. So that is quite bad macro. Quite bad. But it is a bit of a water map. Maybe not optimized for that. Naga much better at these types of things. For sure. Now red is going for crossbows. Yellow went for heavy water, as we saw. But it even has demo ships. But these ships are idols. You're not really looking for ways to attack. You could do a lot of damage here, for example. But these ships are just idle. Even the mangonels are idle. Why aren't you attacking yellow? That's a good question. Why are you not moving your units? You should be attacking. Definitely have the tech advantage. You see here, these galleys are fighting. The rest is not moving. The rest is idle. Weird. Now, the top of the map, nobody placed their starting TC here, so there are some resources up here that could be used. But there's a big forest in the middle, cutting off like a lot. There's not a lot of space to put buildings here. But you could go for the resources later on. Now let's look at the majestic Naga booms. So red, okay, it's not that heavily boomed. 3 TCs, but still at 69 villagers. Yellow, 3 TCs. A lot more villagers, so it's quite well boomed. It's also the one that went for the heavy water investment. But once again, not using its navy, really. Look here. This galley is attacking these villagers. These ones are idle. Why are they idle? Shouldn't you be using them? Definitely, I mean, I will say, water is something that AIs don't really play. Most AIs don't play. Very few AIs play it at all. So I would expect no AI to really be good at it. So I won't be too critical of the water play. But it could be improved. If you are going for it. And there will be water maps in future tournaments. For example, Bandits tournaments will have water for sure. Now how are teal and blue here holding up? Teal down to 35 villagers. Under attack by orange. Blue is a bit better off. Almost 90 population. Also 1 TC, but it is defending. Has elite skirmishers with Botkin arrow. So it is able to defend. From the elephant archers. And orange is kind of throwing them away one by one. I mean, they are very tanky. 4 pierce armor. They can walk at a TC, 250 HP. They are very tanky units. But now it looks like yellow woke up and its war galleys are actually engaging whenever they can. So something switched. But the siege isn't. Yellow has a lot of siege here. Not moving. Now come on, push in here. Teal is almost dead already. Finish it off. You have siege. Why are you not moving? Green getting... Green is an Imperial Age. Actually, a bright spot, that's the first one in Imp. That's the one that was most far out of the way. It is still on 1 TC. It went for a 70 villager past Imperial Age. And spamming my fucking chat. Fuck you, Green. Fuck you, Bright Spark. No spamming chat, please. That's bad. And what are you doing in Imperial Age? I need to switch back to it. It's still spamming. But it's making nothing. No military. Still on the single dock, making war galleys now. Single dock. Like, why did you click Imperial Age? Why? What did you gain from it? Not making any land military. Now finally dropping a second dock. Its economy is also... Oh, this is quite ugly. Space issues from the looks of it. So a lot of villagers here are very inefficient. Orange keeps streaming in here. Orange also an Imperial Age Naga upgrade. Monks. Oh, let me look at orange. Quite juicy. Oh, look at this boom. Look at this. Now this is an economy that's tailored for elephant play. Yeah. Oh, this also has galleons. So it went heavy for water. It's still making... Is it still making elephant archers? Yes. What is this upgrade? I think that was the siege elephants. Still making elephant archers. No chemistry yet. Chemistry in the queue, actually. Chemistry in the queue. Galleons. Onagers. Fully boomed. 150 villagers. Maybe even over boomed. But it is making expensive units, so maybe it works. And it is definitely a strong late game from orange. Yellow, I would assume, very similar. 5 DCs. 5 DCs! Classic Promi is what we got here. And is it still heavy on water? Yes. Still has the galleons over here. Red building a forward castle. This is an interesting castle. This is a really good castle spot. This is like a human castle spot for water maps. Elite Janissaries for the... Oh, but they're stuck, aren't they? They're dock blocked in here. That's unfortunate for yellow. Its castle age units are stuck. And red. Red also now in Imperial Age. Oh. Bit of a lag there. And what's red doing? Champions and crossbows? As Japanese? Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Still booming though, still booming. Also very highly boomed. 135 villagers already, still making more. Could call it overboom, but it's not really. It's good. It's full boomed. It's getting Imperial Age economy upgrades already. And booming more, not making military. But it's working. The first bright spark, Teal, the hamstrung one, has resigned. After Yellow Siege finally moved, TC went down, Teal was just dead. And the next one on the menu is Blue. Yeah, Blue, most of its economy should be idle by now. It's down to 47 villagers, less than 60 pop, under attack by Ratha even. Elite Ratha from Orange. Very nice. And the galleons on the water. And no more elephant archers, I guess. I guess it made elephant archers in Castle Age, then switched to Ratha and Imperial Age. Interesting choice, but they're both good units. And yeah, I mean, if your teammates have already resigned, you should have a lower threshold for resigning. But once against Blue, I mean, Blue made it to Imp, but it's dead. Down to below 30 village at 30 pop accumulation total. It should be resigning. Should already have resigned. So Bright Spark, come on. Improve your resign rules. Don't drag it out too long. If two of your teammates are dead, you could just call it. Like this. Green didn't even boom. Green. There we go. Blue resigns. Green is the one that had the unmolested position very far away from any enemy. But it is still under 100 villagers. It never made a second TC. I mean, it does also not really have space here. But it could have made more TCs. It did not. Still on a single TC. Less than 100 villagers, still making unupgraded units. Castle Age fire ships, skirmishers without bracer, without elite upgrade. Not good macro from Bright Spark. Grace should be the next one to go down. Also spamming my chat. And there we go, Blue finally resigned. Nah. And Gray's idle here. Getting pushed from red. Even orange has made its way over here with one of its elephant archers that are left. Red, the Japanese one from Naga. Champions with +5 armor. Trebuchets, do you have Catapulta? Red. I'm gonna wager to guess that it does have it. Looks like it does. Have all the castle upgrade. So it should have Kataparuto. As well as the Yasama? Like, look at this castle. I don't see any upgrades here. I'm on red right now. I'm on red. I don't see any Would I see the upgrades? I'm not sure. Like, why am I not... This is weird. Why am I not seeing... Why can I not click any... I do not see any buttons. That's weird. Maybe that is different in single player than it used to be. I'm not able to control the player even if I switch players. But yeah, it looks like it does have both of the upgrades. Imperial Edge upgrades. And it did actually make towers. One tower. One fully upgraded keep. Yes, Wattle. Illuminati definitely does consider resigned allies for resign rules. This is green. This is the green one. They actually, the fire ships, it does still have a naval presence here, but they're not upgraded to Imperial Age. They're not fast fire ships. Malay should get an upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Does have some castles here too. But Gray's dead. It's also clicked up to Imperial Age. And it's down to 20 villagers, 40 pop. Still spamming my chat like a fucking retard. Like, seriously, remove your excessive chat rules. Get rid of that shit. It's obnoxious. And terrible for performance as well. Green, yeah, green is in good shape. But oh, they're actually fitting in a TC here. Okay. Good space management, I guess. Has now 3 TCs, but it's way too late. It is almost at pop cap, but what's it doing with it? Still fire ships, not fast fire ships. No land military to speak of. Some castles, 1v4 basically at this point. Even though Grey is not designed, and you keep spamming. Fuck you, Bradsburg. Fuck you. Siege Elephant from Orange. Elite Ratha fully upgraded. No, not fully upgraded. They should get +4. Yellow with its Elite Janissaries. Red with Champions. So, you see the Nagas are focusing on a single unit type. And really good ones. Japanese Champions, Turkish Janissaries. Bengali Ratha. Siege. Very good macro, very good late game from Naga once again. Grey still has not resigned. Do I really want to watch another 10 minutes of green getting ground down, or do I want to call it right now? But green also has war galleys. Once again, no chemistry, no galleon upgrade. And there you go, Grey resigned. Now it's really a 1v4 for green. And there's so much military. I mean, all of the Nagas should be pop capped by now. 200, 200. No. Purple is the one that was hamstrung in the early game because of its close starting position. It never fully died. It wasn't really a factor in this game other than tanking the early aggression. But the other Nagas are all basically at pop cap. Orange a bit lower. It's making oh, it deleted a lot of villagers actually. It deleted a lot of villagers. It's now making trade cards, I would guess. Yeah. And it's still making expensive units. But it deleted it kept deleting villagers. Even though it's not quite at pop cap, it's deleting a lot of villagers. Like you saw earlier, it was at 150 villagers earlier in the game. So it overboomed at first and then it started deleting villagers. Not a bad approach, it works. And yeah, now green, yeah, you can't put up a defense here. Yeah, green, I don't know what you're saying here, but that looks about right. And I'm gonna call it here. I'm not gonna wait for green to resign. It's GG, game over. It is a 2-0 for Naga. Quite convincing. Both of these games, I would say, came down to the superior macro abilities for Naga. And I will be updating the brackets. Let me hide the game. Go into the brackets. We had Naga 2-0 Brightspark. Convincing victory for Naga. And we are gonna have the Promi War. Promi versus Promi, Naga versus Default. Next round in the upper bracket. And Brightspark moves down to the lower bracket, of course, where it will battle the loser of Tribal Illuminati. The loser of Naga Default will battle Games God, which should be an easy win for either of them, but we'll see. And Brightspark maybe got unlucky there with the map generations. If it was more open maps, open land maps, which allow for early feudal aggression, then maybe Brightspark could have had a much better performance, could have maybe gotten a win or maybe even won the series, but FenCrazy's FenCrazy. And those map generations did not favor Brightspark in its current state. It was not able to keep up with Naga's macro, with its boom, with its late game, and was just defeated on that alone. Yeah, next round we're gonna have Naga Default and Illuminati Tribal. I will be casting those games next week, and those are gonna be these exciting games. And I'll see you then, next time on FenCrazyThing 9. Peace.